This is Remix Report with your hosts, DJ JD and DJ J Spring.
Today's video brought to you by yourdjlogo.com. Get your new DJ logo today.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Remix Report. I'm DJ JD.
I'm DJ J Spring, and today is a hurricane edition of our weekend recap.
Very sandy hurricane.
Hurricane and a Halloween edition in one. Although we're kind of scared the hurricane might ruin some of these Halloween parties that are coming up. We're actually recording this on a Sunday as opposed to Monday when we usually record this.
Yeah, the storm's supposed to hit tomorrow, as everybody I'm sure knows. Well, today when this is released, so...
I hate when everyone says, oh, stop worrying. They're always wrong about the weather. It's never as bad as anyone says, or it's only a little bit of wind and a little bit of water. I'm not really worried about the wind. I'm worried about losing my power for 6 days like I lost last year.
Yeah, that really was not fun.
No, that's what scares me.
Then Remix Report was down for a week.
I remember that.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Power.
It's usually either not as bad or way worse than they predict. So it'll be one of the two, I'm sure.
Well, I just hope my power isn't out for 6 days again. That's not fun.
No. Well, we'll find out soon enough.
But anyway, I guess we'll get into it, and we'll start how we usually start, talking about what we did this past weekend, or actually it's currently the weekend right now, so earlier this weekend what we did. How was your weekend?
Weekend's been pretty good. Started off playing with Riz at Shrine on Friday night, and it was another good turnout for a Friday. And Riz, of course, rocked it as always, and it's always good to kind of hang out and chop it up with him. Then I did a wedding yesterday, and it was actually a wedding for people that I knew, a lot of people in attendance. It was a daughter of a family from my parents' church that I grew up in. So my parents were actually there, and pretty much everybody I know from my parents' church. So it's definitely interesting playing for a lot of people you know and have kind of heard you play and you've grown up with.
They're wicked interested to see if you can make them dance or not.
Yeah, of course. And I did. That wasn't too difficult. But I kind of came up with a question because I was definitely got things started great, had them rocking out for probably like a good 45 minutes, just going hard, playing a lot of older stuff and just like really mixing it up, quick mixing, and I don't know. They got tired out from dancing so much, and it makes me wonder, when you're playing for an older crowd like that, should you necessarily go so hard? Should you let songs play out a little bit, give them some time to breathe in between all the jumping and jiving and wailing? I don't know.
It's a good question. Should you have like those oxygen tanks with like the mask for maybe?
Maybe. Could be helpful.
How old are we talking?
We're talking about 50s, like early to mid-50s. Well, 45 to 55 probably for most of them.
I guess that's kind of, I mean, when you say older crowd, I'm thinking like maybe 60s, 70s.
No, not that old. Not that old. But definitely the majority of the people in attendance were in that age group. I'd say like 45 to 60 probably. So, I don't know. Just got me thinking about that. I'm not sure if you guys have any techniques you use for that. Once older people got tired out and started playing the stuff for the younger crowd, and it worked out fine, but would have been nice to have that older crowd out there a little longer, but I don't know. Maybe there was just no way to do that either way.
Isn't that about an average age for most weddings, like late 40s, 50s?
Yeah, but sometimes the bride and groom have more of their own friends in their age group around, you know. Sometimes it's like closer to half and half.
Sorry if I wasn't fully there. I was just watching the end of the Cowboys game. They blew it.
Who cares?
But in other news, yeah, I do understand what you were going through. I wonder if anybody else has any similar experiences playing for older crowds.
In this wedding, the dance portion was a little longer than most as well, by about 45 minutes to an hour. So there was kind of a little extra time also. If it had ended a little earlier, it probably would have been jamming a little more, but I don't know.
Makes sense.
Still went fine. It would, just be nice.
So your parents were pleased?
They were.
My
They had a good time.
son Jason made them dance on it. Very proud.
Awesome. So how was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty good. I was at Scorpion all weekend, and actually Friday started off a little slow. Ended up getting all right, but just the atmosphere almost felt like people knew the hurricane was coming. It just kind of felt like I don't know, like it almost felt like the hurricane was that night almost for some reason.
I kind of felt the same way. Definitely had an ominous feel.
It did. Maybe it was just Halloween. I don't know.
Could be.
Because we weren't offering any Halloween prizes or anything this weekend. We have all our parties coming up.
Did you see anybody dressed up?
Very few people. How about you?
I don't think I saw anybody dressed up on Friday.
Yeah, very few people. And last night was busy. Saturdays are always busy. So that was my week, an average week. Someone asked me for the Big Booty Ho song last night. I think that same girl asked for Oi 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 as well. So she doesn't really know her names too much, but
it's a good thing she didn't ask for Gangnam Style.
Yeah, I played that. I actually played that yesterday.
Oh, you did? How'd it go over?
Well, see, that's the thing is, I think we talked about this last time. There's never any doubt about how it would go over. I knew it would be like full jokiness in the crowd, but
so as someone who champions playing for the people, why would you be against playing a song that all the people would like?
I mean, there's lots of stuff I could do to make everyone go crazy. I could start, I don't know, throwing out $100 bills into the crowd. That would make them go crazy.
Let's be reasonable and talk about things DJs actually do on a normal basis, like play popular songs.
There's popular songs, but then there's jokey songs.
There's also popular jokey songs. And what's more important, the fact that it's popular or the fact that it's jokey?
I know it as a jokey song, first and foremost.
You should know it as a popular song.
No. So on a serious note, I would never play it at Shrine. I feel even weird playing it at Scorpion Bar. Luckily, there's a kind of a booth I just duck underneath.
You're absolutely ridiculous.
Do you play at Shrine?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. People like it. What can I say?
Have you noticed a decrease in bookings at serious clubs?
No.
Lately, no.
No, I haven't.
Well, I'll hit you soon.
Speaking of Gangnam Style, there was a DJ a few weeks back. I saw this on Facebook. This was posted on 480music.com. DJ attacked for not playing Gangnam Style. So you are lucky over the last couple weeks that you were not attacked by a fan of Gangnam Style.
I think the crowd was lucky I didn't attack them when they asked for it.
This DJ, he actually didn't even have it in his collection at that point. Who knows if he does now.
Well, I think he would. I always tell people I don't have it either, so he might not be telling the truth.
True. Anyway, he told the person in the audience that he did not have the track. They then dumped their beer all over his laptop and mixer, ruining it, of course. So, lesson learned. Stay up to date on your popular.
I'm sure he
even
had,
if
no,
jokey
he had
music.
It. He definitely had it. And I tell people I don't have Jay-Z sometimes, so. I mean,
I bet he wishes he had played it now.
No, now he's going to be even more spiteful. Now he's never going to play it.
Maybe not. Other news, right now, Master of the Mix Season 3 is taking auditions. They just did their New York audition on this past Saturday, and I know LA the previous Saturday. You can find out more information at gtmcentral.com/MOTM for Master of the Mix. This season, it's being shown on VH1 instead of BET. I think they're trying to get a wider audience. $250,000 prize, all music genres accepted for DJs. So go there. There's a little form you can fill out, information about yourself, and then they can contact you to send them a demo, or you can go to one of their live auditions, which is definitely preferred. I think they have more live auditions coming up in Miami and maybe a couple other places. So go there, check it out. I'm sure a lot of people are interested in that. So,
all right. In other news, I think we talked about Ableton 9 was on its way. It was coming out soon. Last week we
showed some screenshots, leaked screenshots last week, but we weren't really sure how imminent Ableton 9 was. But it's imminent now. It's all posted up on Ableton.com. information about it, as well as a new controller called the Push controller, which looks like a smaller but souped up APC. Lots of little buttons on it. Looks pretty interesting.
I'm still using Ableton 7. I stopped it there. They're dead to me now that they changed their warping.
I think the biggest feature they're adding to Ableton is that if you have the Ableton Suite edition, now Max for Live is included for free. You don't have to pay extra for that. And Max for Live, is a program by Cycling74, I believe is the company, and basically is a programming language or software to make your own audio-related programs. So you can make kind of your own plugins and do really crazy stuff that you can't do otherwise. So you get that for free if you have the suite now, which is really cool. Other than that, I didn't see too many huge features, nothing that was like groundbreaking, but they did add a couple new effects and adjusted how effects are used. They added a new compressor called the Glue. So some cool stuff coming from Ableton.
All right. Other news: Sander Van Doren has been signed to The Rock, which is kind of weird and awkward to me.
Yeah, he did a little video interview on Vibe.com. Said Jay-Z is his new best friend now that he's signed to Rock Nation. Not really sure what this means. It's interesting. Weird.
Is it going to mean there's going to be hip-hop over 130 BPM progressive tracks, or does it mean that Sander Van Doren is going to start producing some glitch hop for Jay-Z to rap over?
I don't know. Yeah, is he going to be more of a producer for Rock Nation or more of an artist?
I mean, or he could just be like how Avicii and Zed are for Interscope, and just put out their songs trying to make money.
Just making them money.
That's more than likely what it will be.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, obviously Rock Nation has a lot of influence and far reach in the industry and with fans, so maybe it will get them some new fans, more mainstream appeal. Who knows?
I don't know what their fans are going to think about Sander Van Doren. From Beanie Siegel to Sander Van Doren.
All right, in other news, our good friend Jay Spring here has been featured on the website seratoface.tumblr.com.
You know, Jordan actually sent me a text yesterday telling me I was on here. It's kind of funny.
This website says a Serato face is a noun, which is a blank or inappropriate facial expression worn while staring at a screen for a dance party or social club.
To be fair, when I wake up, I kind of look that same way, just an inappropriate gaze.
So basically, it's a picture of Spring staring at his computer screen, just like most computer DJs do most of the night. Pretty funny. There's a lot of pictures on the site, so go check it out. Definitely some funny stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just how I look all the time.
All right, let's see. On DMS, the DMS blog, directmusicservice.com blog, they posted some Halloween tracks that you can get from the DMS record pool. Definitely a lot of traditional stuff on there and a lot of not so traditional stuff. Some stuff that barely meets the criteria for being played at Halloween. But, you know, they still have some kind of word in the title or something that may make them appropriate. So if you're looking to dig a little deeper and find something new that you haven't played in previous years for Halloween, definitely check this list out. There's some interesting stuff.
Do you play any tracks besides Thriller and Ghostbusters?
That's usually it. Just those two.
Sometimes I used to play. I think Danny Diggs did the Mash over.
Yeah, I played that in the past. Yeah.
Yeah, over the Last Night drums. I think it was. I played that a couple times. I didn't play it this year at all.
If you're looking for Halloween music, we've done a couple Halloween playlist editions in the past years, and really there's not a whole lot new that's come out that's really worthwhile mentioning. So take a look at those past ones. There's definitely plenty of good stuff you can find in those.
There's still good ones. I had trouble last year trying to fit them in as Shrine. I when was I DJing it? I don't know if it was Halloween night or maybe it was just coming up. Actually, no, I apologize to everybody. I was thinking about Christmas. I was thinking about playing the Christmas mashes, and I didn't have a a lot of success with those. So I don't know if Halloween would be the same way in terms of trying to play maybe Monster Mash if it was mixed with like a newer song. I guess we'll have to let you guys decide and let us know how it went.
Definitely. All right, let's move on to a little bit of discussion. Over at inthemix.com.au, they asked some of the top 100 DJs from this year's poll. They asked them, are you a DJ if you don't beat match? And there's definitely, we've talked about this topic a few times before, but it's kind of interesting to see what some of the top DJs in the game have to say about it. You want to tell them what David Guetta has to say?
He says, no, you're a selector, but you have to be an idiot not to be able to beat match.
Strong words.
Above and beyond, they say, absolutely, anyone can learn to beat match anyway. The whole beat matching thing is a big distraction. That said, it's good to have as many skills as possible in your locker.
Afrojack said, yes, but a really bad one. At least use autosync. All right. And,
I kind of agree.
Cascade said, sure, why not? What we do now is different, so we need a different word other than DJ, which we've talked about on here before also.
Porter Robinson said, yeah, sure, but who cares what's a DJ? Let's just show audiences a good time, right? This is supposed to be fun.
Completely agree with that. I think that kind of sums it up pretty nicely. We all kind of get into these discussions about this, but at the end of the day, it really is just about people having a good time.
So you're okay with people playing pre-recorded sets?
No.
As long as they're having fun? That's kind of what he said there.
I know.
He said anything goes as long as we're having fun. So you're sticking up for that?
I'm sticking up for the theme that he's going for there. The core feeling he's going for.
The theme is that it doesn't matter what the fuck the DJ is doing as long as the crowd is having fun. So is that the theme that you agree with? It's like, oh, you can admit you were wrong.
No.
Live on the air, you can admit you were wrong.
No, never wrong. But no, I see what he's going for there. I see the core of his argument there, which is a party should be fun. Stop worrying about and fighting about all this technical stuff, and
that's like Sammy Sosa hitting a home run, his bat exploding with all the cork popping out of his bat, and everyone's looking at him like, dude, what are you doing? And him just shoving the cork in his pockets, be like, hey, we're just having fun here. Just hitting home runs, enjoy the home run. Just fun. So I disagree with that. I think so
it's not about having a good time?
It's about having a good time, but it depends on how you go about doing it.
All right.
Yeah.
So what other ideas in this list do you agree or not agree with?
I agree with Afrojack. That's kind of like the same thing as the whole Deadmau5.
So you think everybody should use autosync?
I think I took that as a joke, that last line that he said. He said,
does it say parentheses joke at the end of it?
No, all right, I'll agree with it then. At least use autosync. I agree with that.
So now autosync's okay?
I've always said it was okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't think
I said because I said it's like the least of our worries. People use segues. People use autosync. I thought beat matching was not the biggest DJ skill in the world. It's not what really separates the good DJs. That's what I've always said.
So you agree with Above and Beyond? When I said that.
Absolutely.
The whole beat matching thing is a big distraction.
In some ways, yeah, I do agree with that.
I kind of do agree with that also.
I'm not afraid. I'm the first one to admit that I look at my waveforms when I use Serato.
Who doesn't?
To admit it. Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? They're right there in front of you. You can't not look at them.
Exactly.
They don't even give you the option.
I do think that you should learn how to be matched by ear. Obviously, that should be something that you know how to do. But it's like if it's right in front of you, why not take advantage of it?
Actually, I guess they do give you the option now. If you hit they have so many different view modes in Serato now. You can have the waveforms going across the top, very thin decks, where you don't you don't have like the beat matching.
Well, let's just be clear. I don't just do it because it's there. I do it because I enjoy it and it's easier. That's why I do it.
It is easier, and we're all about doing things easier.
I am, for sure.
Who's not? I don't know.
Well, no, there's some people who still complain about this.
Yeah. Is it worth complaining about anymore?
I mean, there's always going to be people who complain when things are different. I know I complain about it a lot. But, I mean, like, I'm talking about people like the old school DJs who complain about Serato when that came out. Because they still said you're not a DJ unless you're not a real DJ unless you use wax, unless you have to carry your crates. So I guess now there'll be DJs who say you're not a real DJ if you use auto sync, and I mean I can see where there's more of an argument for that case, but
So obviously the definition of DJ is constantly changing.
I don't think I mean, when you say the definition of a DJ, if you're gonna write a 5-paragraph definition, then it's changing. But if you're going to write just a 1-sentence definition, I don't think it changes too much. And that's why we differed in our opinion about deadmau5, I guess. Because really any word in the English language, the definition is based on how people use that word. That's where definitions come from. So let's take the word fag, for example. I know people make a big deal when someone like Eminem, I think Eminem took a lot of heat for using that word before from gay rights groups. And it's my personal opinion. I hope I don't offend anybody. But, I mean, let's just be real. We know how when guys are messing around with each other, I know I shouldn't have, when guys are, like, arguing with each other and they use that word, they're not literally saying that in terms of sexuality. They're calling each other that just like as a name, you know what I mean? So I think words just mean whatever people are saying them as. And DJ, that's why we differ about deadmau5, is because I think everyone in the world looks at deadmau5 up on stage and sees him DJing, and I think that's why he's a DJ.
All right, fair enough.
I can tell you don't want to get into this again.
I don't. I think that's a fair assessment, and you can have that opinion.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for entitling me to have my own opinion.
We are in America, after all.
Thank you very much.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that kind of concludes our short little recap today.
Yes, we're going to be coming up with a special Halloween edition of our remix highlight after this. And hopefully we'll be back in effect relatively soon. Depends on how this hurricane, how much damage it does.
Yeah, I think this episode will definitely be up on Monday for sure, because I'm not really worried about power going out before then. But I can't guarantee that Tuesday's episode will go up on time if we don't have power, or Wednesdays for that matter. So hopefully you do see them in a timely manner.
We're supposed to get together with Dante the Don on Tuesday, so hopefully that'll go according to plan. We're not sure yet, though. Just hopefully the world doesn't end. That's what I'm scared about right now.
That's not for another like month and a half, supposedly. 2 months, almost. Yeah, just over 2 months away. The world is supposed to end. So
does anybody else, when they hear about the Mayans predicting the end of the world, does anybody else out there think of Marcus Alvarez from Sons of Anarchy? That's what I think of when I hear the Mayans. I don't know if he's the one that everyone's talking about.
Is he ending the world?
Maybe.
Interesting.
Dude, I'll be so pissed if the power goes out and I can't
watch Sons of Anarchy on Tuesday. That will suck.
That will suck.
Hopefully that doesn't happen. I don't know.
I can't deal with this shit. I really can't.
All right, we'll see you guys later.
Remixreport.com